My name is Alan Borden. I'm an attorney with Debt Relief Legal Group. I'm a consumer protection attorney. I file a lot of bankruptcies. I help people with debt. I think it's important as the news comes out about the coronavirus and people take their health measures and stay away from other people. There's a lot of people out there I've been inundated with calls who want to know about how to handle their financials because we're in a time of crisis. A lot of people being laid off work, restaurants, bars, things are closing down. So very important decisions need to be made right now as to what you're going to do with your finances. Now, I've been an attorney for just about 12 years. I came into being an attorney right in the 2008 recession. So I have a little bit of experience in what happens during a recession. Since then, I've seen about 15,000 plus clients, all of which who came in with various different situations throughout these 12 years. And with that input from them, knowing what's going on in their lives, knowing what the banks and the creditors do during a recession, I wanted to make a few little videos to kind of give you some advice on what I've seen as the best practices are when you're dealing with your finances. Giving my advice, I'd like to tell you this is very general legal and financial advice. It's not specific to anyone in particular. Take it as what suits your purposes, but without knowing your specific situation, I can't give you this as legal advice. So this is just general advice for you to understand how finances work and what people's options are during a time of crisis. The evictions and foreclosures, how to deal with those now for people who are in that situation. Now it's important to know that in Florida right now, the governor did announce that there's going to be a stop on evictions and foreclosures for the time being. Okay, that's great. That means that gives you the opportunity for people who are facing eviction or foreclosure to save up money, if you can, to save up money so that when that pause is undone, you can walk into court, pay the landlord or the mortgage company the entire amount of money you owe them, and undo the eviction or undo the foreclosure. Now that's in an ideal situation. I don't know if most people are going to be able to save up any money during that time, but that's, if you can do that, that's a great chance for you to take advantage of that. Now, for people who are hearing their mortgage companies promise a 3-month deferment or a 6-month deferment, I want you to be very, very careful, because it turns out for a lot of people that turns out to be a trap. Okay, and I'll give you an example. When Hurricane Irma hit in 2017 here in Florida, a lot of mortgage companies were offering this 3-month deferment, which basically they said, okay, May, June, July, you don't gotta pay your mortgage payment. A lot of people took that as great. It's gonna be put at the end of the loan, it's not a big deal. Instead of a 30-year loan, it's a 30 plus 3-month loan. Fine, no big deal. But that's not how it turned out. What ended up happening is those mortgage companies would let you go May, June, July, not paying your mortgage. And then in August, they asked for 4 months of your mortgage payment, due immediately. This put a lot of people in foreclosure because they couldn't come up with that kind of money. They thought everything was going to be deferred till way later. And quite honestly, who in their right mind thinks that if we're in a crisis, if you delay people having to pay a mortgage for 3 months, that they would be able to come up with 3 or 4 months worth of payments on that 4th month? It's just absurd. So do not fall for that. If you want to have no risk that the mortgage company or your landlord is going to evict you after this 3 month of non-payment, then you need to make the payments. Now, some people who have the financial wherewithal to hold on to that money may want to do that. I don't think there's a big advantage to doing that. Like, instead of paying your mortgage, you have the money, but instead of paying it, you set it aside into a savings account, you keep it there. That way, at the end of the 3 months, you can pay it all back. The problem with that is most people, if they're setting aside that kind of money, something happens and they end up going into it and using it for other purposes, and then they don't have the money at the end of the month. So my recommendation is just do not stop paying your mortgage if you have the funds to do it, because that's a guaranteed roof over your head.